Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today we have some more explosive updates involving the ongoing Gamergate situation. What began simply as a series of criticisms being directed at Sweet Baby Inc. has evolved into a much bigger situation as members of the related industries have come to their defense. And as we will learn in this video, there are also federally backed agencies coming to the defense of Sweet Baby Inc. Now, before we get into that, let's revisit this tweet from Alyssa, the Kotaku author, responsible for the article that was defending Sweet Baby Inc. She also made this tweet saying, "You can't be racist against white people." Now, we've seen other members of the industry come to her defense, like this Lalanders individual, who said that community notes can be made up, and she's essentially implying that what Alyssa said is true. And we have learned that she is a narrative designer at Cliffhanger Games, and someone working on the upcoming Black Panther game that is yet to be released. Now, unfortunately for her, a clip of her has resurfaced on Twitter, where she openly and unashamedly claims that she will not hire white people because she doesn't want to be around them. Yes, this is a real clip.
I have a team of 21 right now for Validate. It's a pretty big team. It's a crazy big team for indie games. But who is your team? Validate has a team of mostly all people of color. We have no white people on our team. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment. And I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me. And I'm not saying that white people in the industry are creating unsafe environments. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying that sometimes it is hard to work with white people because they think that something may be okay, but it was really a microaggression. And no one wants to deal with that while they're trying to make a game that they love.
Now, to the surprise of probably no one, if you visit her LinkedIn page, you will find out that she was an employee at Sweet Baby Inc. That is not surprising at all. But going forward, this hyperfixation on hiring people based on merit and the delusion surrounding Sweet Baby Inc. defenders is best exemplified by this tweet and the following interactions based on it. So this individual says, "You know what's interesting? SBI haters are anti-woke and hate DEI efforts and want people to be hired on merit without considering the reality of bias in hiring. But then they call SBI racist for calling out that STEAM community leader because they were Puerto Rican." So before we analyze this tweet, I am very sure that this whole angle down here calling Cabrutus, a Brazilian man, Puerto Rican, is supposed to be some kind of a jab or disrespect. Very weird stuff. But moving forward, a developer from Rough Paws Studio would reply with this: "I don't mind DEI as long as the end product, the writing, the characters, and the story are all good. But they never are they? People should be hired based on their talent, nothing else. I don't give a F what race, gender, or sexual preference somebody has as long as they make good products." That is a very reasonable thing for this studio to be saying. However, the OP here would strongly...
Not true though. They can have all the talent in the world, but if they are, not clashing with your current employees for good or bad reasons, the end product might come out worse anyway. So it's not the only thing you have to keep in mind when you're recruiting people. You have to take in mind how they interact with the rest of the crew and how they work as a team. Right?
I would quote them saying, "You're a development studio saying this on Maine. Yikes." They thought this was an own. They thought this quote was an own. They thought they were exposing this development studio for saying you should hire people.
Not based on race or anything, but if you want to take the previous example of her safe space, right? If you have someone who is very, in your words, based, right? Very anti-pronouns or whatever, and then you have a whole studio full of people with pronouns, right? And doing that whole shenanigan, right? Then it's not a good recruit, right? It's not a good recruit at all. I'm be honest. Other way around, probably not a good recruit either, right? So it's like you want to recruit on talent, but you also don't want to mess up the synergy that you have going with the 90%, 95% of the fucking team, right?
based on
So
their
it
merit,
works both ways
not
for
based
both
on the color
scenarios.
of their skin. This is the level that Sweet Baby Inc. defenders will go. And I replied to this tweet saying the progressive is baffled by a studio hiring people based on their skill/merit instead of the color of their skin, where within 1 minute, the tweet was deleted, the OP blocked me, and then privated their account. That was a very fast tactical retreat on their behalf, but it just shows that they don't really stand by anything that they're trying to claim on Twitter. And the second they are pressed about it, they run. But moving forward, there were some other very strange developments going on over the past day or so. As pointed out in this tweet, we now have involvements from Wikipedia. Wikipedia has entered the fray and is coming to the defense of Sweet Baby Inc. Now, if you look at their page, you can see the edits. There have been dozens.
Alright. I already forgot what Sweet Baby Inc. is. Sunday, I think with 300 bits.